As working moms, we know that diversity is important. Here to talk to us about that is mother of three and Vice President of Talent Development at HBO, Kelly Edwards.
Well, I want to tell you a really quick story that I heard at a conference a couple of years ago that I thought was a perfect illustration of diversity at work. So this woman was telling a story about driving her Mercedes every day by this hillside that was completely overgrown with brush and weeds. And she just thought it was an eyesore, and she just couldn't understand why the city wasn't doing anything about it. But she also realized that it wasn't really solvable because it was just too hilly and it was just too narrow. Well, one day she drove by and she saw a herd of goats on the hillside. And she was so stunned by this that she pulled over and she spoke to the man who owned the goats. And she said, "How did you ever come up with this solution?" And he said, "Well, every day I would drive my car by this hillside." And he said, "And I realized that no one could ever take a lawnmower up there." So he said, I happen to own a herd of goats. And he said, I called the city, and the city agreed that they would let me graze my goats on the hillside, and it would solve their problem and get rid of the weeds and the brush. So she was just floored by this, because to her it was an unsolvable problem, but to him, it was an opportunity.
Different perspectives, different solutions. Great story, Kelly. Thanks for joining us here at the Motherhood Corner. And remember, there's no way to be a perfect mom, but there are a million ways to be a good one. See you next time.
Join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest.